Yo, that was sick! The era of the Warp Pack is upon us, and we've got 3 top-notch loadouts, one for each faction that utilizes this new and exciting piece of tech to dominate the battlefield. There will be playstyle and general tips and tricks included throughout to get the most mileage out of it. First up, the Terminids, and listen folks, this is probably one of the most fun builds I've played in a while. We're comboing the Warp Pack with the Torture, and the Torture might just be the top-tier primary choice for taking the fight to the Terminid menace. Picture this, you have a tide of Terminids skittering towards you at a blistering pace. Overwhelm is nothing but a certainty. That is, unless you happen to be using this Warp Pack Torture combo. You create a blanket of fire in front of the Terminid advances before warping backwards and continue to create a finely weaved inferno carpet as you travel, and then again for a second time. The distance you have now created between yourself and the swarm is so vast and so full of fire, you can either simply sit back and watch them melt, or just go about your day as the kill count racks up as you warp across the map. Very satisfying. Ensure you're using fire-resistant armor in this setup because there is a high chance that you will be occasionally braving the Inferno yourself. The Warp Pack takes an already insanely powerful Torture from a strong pick to a truly S-tier choice. Being caught in a tangle of claws and teeth is a common cause of Helldiver death when using this weapon, but the Warp Pack removes this problem. As soon as you see yourself being overwhelmed, throw down some fire, maybe a gas grenade, stun grenade, incendiary grenade, whatever you've chosen, and simply warp away and continue to create a dot damage demise the Terminids hate so much. As you can see from the footage here, you can also teleport into enemies that are smaller than you, so hunters, hive guards, warriors, and it will kill them. Just don't try it on alphas or anything bigger. Where this combo truly shines is against chargers. You can literally torment these hulking nuisances, pick the head or the leg, and begin unloading the Torture into it. As it attempts to return the favor, just teleport behind it or to the side and rinse repeat the process. As it usually does, its 3-point turn. This makes them incredibly easy to kill, and this is just with your primary weapon, folks. We haven't even spoke about the support weapon yet. The same can be said when dealing with them charging at full speed. Just time your teleport and get either behind or to the side of them and repeat the process. Incredibly satisfying and strong. The support weapon of choice with the Warp Pack is the Quasar Cannon. Oh my word, this has become even more godly than it used to be against Terminids. When you teleport during the charge up of the Quasar shot, the charge is not interrupted, so you can time some incredibly satisfying takedowns and trick shots, using cover and positioning to your advantage. It also enhances the use of our stratagem choices for this loadout, the 500 kg and the orbital precision strike. The Warp Pack opens up windows to take much bigger risks when throwing in a stratagem. For example, you can run under a Bile Titan with the OPS or the nuke, throw it down, and simply zip out of harm's way before the bile it spews or the feet that it stomps on you hit you. Or, even better, ready your stratagem, teleport underneath the bile, throw it down, then teleport away again instantly. Absolutely wild and so satisfying when you pull it off. Take along the Ultimatum to give yourself even more heavy punch, and then grenade-wise, as I previously mentioned, it's up to you folks. Incendiary, stun, gas, they all work really well, and even the Arc Grenade can provide some really effective support too. Moving on to the bots, and with the introduction of the terrifying War Strider, it has become quickly apparent that the use of the laser cannon will be taking top spot if you are wanting to utilize the Warp Pack. The lack of need to reload if you manage the laser cannon heat correctly fits perfectly with this teleporting playstyle. More on that in a moment, folks. Utilize the Warp Pack with a primary weapon that can induce stagger on the bots, and you can literally toy with them. I've been favoring the plasma shotgun with its ability to infinitely cycle stun locks on Devastators and Berserkers, whilst being also able to reposition using the warp function, which makes it even more hilarious. But I have to say, I've been having the most fun with the Eruptor, not only for its stagger potential, but just because of how powerful we all know and love the Eruptor to be, and the excellent utilization this offers alongside the laser cannon. You can deal with vents with both your primary and your support weapon with this setup, and the Eruptor obviously claps fabricators from range as well. Very nice. Much like against the Terminids, the Warp Pack allows us to reposition out of harm's way when we begin to become overwhelmed. You can get behind groups of units and also reposition yourself to the side of things like tanks, and also get out of the line of sight of things like factory striders when they've still got their teeth firing at you, which can be very scary. But where I have found the true value in the use of the warp pack against the bots is to use it aggressively to confuse and to attack fortifications. For example, instead of running for cover against a turret tower, try teleporting directly towards them to break their vertical line of sight. This allows you to take them out with a well-placed orbital precision strike, airstrike, or whatnot. These are our 2 red stratagems of choice here, by the way, folks. You could also take the nuke if you would prefer. Dancing around war striders and laser cannoning their gooch plate, for want of a better phrase, is the way forward here to deal with these nuisances. And you can use this dancing warping method not only with war striders, but you can also, if you're savvy with your shots with the eruptor, use it against devastators. If you shoot and move quick enough, they simply cannot acquire their target fast enough to even become a problem. Another excellent use of the warp pack against bots is the traversal it offers when escaping fortresses and fortifications. If you time your dive and warp right, you can sometimes manage to not enter the fall animation, take no damage, and just carry on your merry way. Whilst we're on the topic of traversal, some more general tips here. If you dive and teleport as you hit the floor, you can essentially negate the movement downtime, which is really nice when you're trying to move as quickly as possible. And you can also use the warp pack to cover large voids of space. Whether it's a small chasm or a body of water, you can dive and teleport from one vantage point to another. This is excellent for making a getaway, or sometimes even managing to break line of sight or get out of harm's way in that regard. Very nice. Despite Helldivers running on a fairly old game engine, it never ceases to amaze me how utterly epic and beautiful this game can look. The sinews exploding everywhere when we torch a little squirmy Terminid to death. It all just looks absolutely insane. That's why I'm excited to be partnering with Apex Gaming PCs. If you're thinking about upgrading your setup, Apex Gaming PCs has got you covered. Whether you need a high-powered rig for massively demanding games like Monster Hunter Wilds, or you just want things to run buttery smooth, they've got pre-built and custom systems that can handle it all. Plus, there's some solid discounts going on right now, so if you've even been considering an upgrade, now is a great time to check them out. And don't forget to use code FaZe at checkout for a 5% discount. The links are in the description below. The squids, the warp pack tech works well to take the hybrid offensive and defensive approach we've just been discussing with the bots, using the pack to move out of harm's way and seize those opportunities for deletion. I found that using either the new volley gun or the old faithful eruptor in combination with the MG43 is a really solid choice here. The MG43 comes with enough punch to shred through enemies of all varieties, including stingrays and tripods, and due to the use of the warp pack, the need to be stationary when reloading isn't that much of a problem anymore because you can escape and you don't get that mag pressure that you'd get with the heavy HMG, as well with the lack of supply pack on your back. You want to be hitting flesh mobs with an eruptor shot and then mag dumping the MG into them to bring them down. And if you want more detail, you can check out other videos on the channel, which I'll put at the end of the video. What is really interesting is actually how insanely well this new volley gun performs against Illuminate. Put this in full volley mode and you can two-tap, yes, two-tap flesh mobs. It's absolutely insane. Use it with siege ready armor to increase the reload speed if you want, but this is absolutely nuts, folks. Wait for it. It gets even crazier. You can one-shot, yes, one-shot a tripod if you hit the eye weak spot directly. Absolute madness. So with this in mind, if you use the volley gun for these purposes, take the dagger to deal with Voteless, and the MG43 as our main source of pain for things like overseers and stingrays, backing us up when we need more firepower, we have an incredibly strong loadout here, folks. I also find great mileage in using this combo with the Gatling barrage, as it allows you to close off areas that we can teleport behind and manipulate hordes of Illuminate to walk straight into it. And it also does a great job of chipping down shields on tripods, and then you can of course open up with that volley gun into the eye very easily. And it also does work against Leviathans too, which is a nice touch. If you're interested in some more in-depth Illuminate loadout choices that you could also work into the warp pack meta, check out this next video. It's got you covered. Take care of yourselves, keep having fun, come check out a stream on YouTube or Twitch, and I'll see you in the next one.